Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I thought we'd kick-start Christmas in July. So many of you said yes please, let's do some colouring. I love this little book, John O'Brien's The Night Before Christmas. I'll try and find it on Amazon and link it down below. It was an inexpensive Dover colouring book, and last Christmas we did together, if I can find it, we did this one with Pablo's, and then we did Santa together. I think that was Prismas. I'm pretty certain we used Prismas. And we did them based on that, Santa. So, Christmas in July, just for a really quick one, don't moan at me. I want to get through and do quite a few Christmases, if I can. So, I thought I'd do this little page and test out inks, because I can do the light around his candle in the inks and see how that turns out, can't we? So, I've got my gorgeous little kit here that I was so kindly gifted. And do you remember when I swatched them, we put all our little numbered tools in here? So I'm hoping that we've got 35, which, oh, right there, look, which is what I've done for mustard seed. And then I want squeezed lemonade. Please be squeezed lemonade. 27. That was so easy. So this little kit is awesome. It's got blending tools, and I've put all those little kits, little blenders in there. So I'm thinking that if we used mustard seed for around the outside, come in with squeezed lemonade and leave that bit bright white in there, that we might get away with that. What do you think? So, mustard seed, and I want squeezed lemonade. Okay, so I've got these little blending sticks, and we've numbered them so I could use them. These are really cool actually. So this is mustard seed. Let's ink that up. And I'm going to try to really remember, and I'm using a scrap piece of paper next to me, what the wonderful Zucchini Kitty says about inks, and that's just go in very lightly. I love this book, and although it was inexpensive, I can't bear the thought of fluffing it up. So I'm just going to follow Karen's advice and go in very gently. And I want to fill this, can you see this kind of swirl? And then it stops. So I want to fill that. I'm coming a little bit closer. So you can see this kind of swirl that, and we can always use pencils to add more detail if we want, but because this is a sketchy book, I think it's going to lend itself beautifully to distress inks. So that's what I'm going for. So there's one more full week left, people, of school, and then the following week we break up on the Wednesday. I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to being able to spend more time with you all. More colouring, more videos. I'm sorry, I'll just make sure you're all in frame. Yeah, I'm so looking forward to it. So a whole 6 weeks off school. Okay, let me go in now with, this is the Ranger tool, and I don't think it's as good as those cheaper little ones. Now this is really juicy, this lemonade one, so I'm going to have to be quite careful that I don't get bleed through. So I'm just dabbing it off on a page next to me, because I don't want it to come through the page, and it hasn't. So I'm just really lightly going to blend those two together. So I hope you don't mind me choosing a really simple one for us to kickstart Christmas. Christmas in July. I just thought it would be nice to reopen this book. I'm just going to bring that in. And then just use whatever's left on the pad to bring that in and leave a little bit of white there. That's worked really well, hasn't it? I like it. So we'll leave those out because I want to see what it's going to look like when it's dry. So if I move, I've got to, honestly, in the summer holidays, it's going to take me a good week, I should think, to sort this office out. It's an absolute tip. It really, honestly, I say it's a tip, it really is. It's a good job you can't see. You'd be horrified, people. So we need to think about his nightwear. What colour could we choose? I tell you what I do like. Antique linen is awesome. And let's see if we can find it. Antique linen I numbered as number 8. So there should be one of these tools. Here it is. Gosh, doing well today. So I numbered it in my swatches as number 8. It's antique linen. Let's just load that up. Okay. So if we come in the darkest spots with the antique linen, it's a lovely colour. That's the neighbours' children playing that you can hear, having fun. Yeah, I'm with Karen on this. I actually prefer the cheaper ones. I'm just wondering, actually, how much pencil we're actually going to need doing this. We'll do his face, obviously, and his hand. Do it like that. And then I can bring in some, I think I've got Prismas on my desk, so we could bring in some Prismas over the ink. Let's do his little bottom. And these dark, there's not much ink on this. Doesn't seem to be much ink on this pad. I know a few people have said when I swatched them that their pads came quite dry. Okay. I don't want to overdo it because I want to be able to blend some Prisma in there. Now, do we do his hat? His little hat the same? Or do we let's change it up and do his hat a different colour, just because. What do you think? I'm so sorry about all the noise, people, goodness me. So that was antique linen. So far, I'm sorry, I'll bring them up to the camera because I have some subscribers that don't speak English. So antique linen, mustard seed, and we then used squeezed lemonade. Right, I'm thinking, how about if I can find it, milled lavender, which is a very pale purple, and then I'm not sure, okay, it should be in here. I did these in order of the swatch book that I use, the Ruby Charms big book, and now I can't find anything. I had originally got them all in colour order, but okay, so I used that as 23. Let's get 23. There we go, 23. Okay, so that's just for my reference. That's if you followed my swatching. I numbered them so that I could put permanent marker on these little sticks. So we've got a bit of milled lavender. Now this is very pale, like I say, because I want to go in with some Prisma. So I'm going to put it on those pale bits of his little nightcap. There we are. And it goes all the way down to here, and then there's a little pom-pom on the end. So let's stick a bit of that in there. There we go. Right, let's have a look at the page behind. So that was milled lavender. Let's just check the page behind. I don't want to... Oh, look, I've got a little bit of bleed through there. What's that from? The yellow. I must have... not that I won't be able to fix it, but just to note, you are going to have to be very careful when you use this book. That's quite rare to see inks bleed through. Okay, so I'm going to move my inks to one side for a minute, and while that dries we'll have a look at colouring his skin. You can tell by how long it takes me to get supplies how much mess there is. I'm currently doing a buddy colour with a lovely lady in my Facebook group called Victoria, so we'll be sharing that on Facebook at some point together. So I'm just getting the colours I want. Pale peach, I don't think I used chestnut. Terracotta. Why can you never find anything? It's probably because I've got 1,000,001 things out on my desk. I do apologise, people, honestly. Let's talk about lack of organisation. Chestnut, there it is. Right, so we're going to start with these two colours. We've got peach and we've got pale peach. So I've got PC927 and PC939. So I'm going to take the pale peach 927 and we are going to coat his little hand. Now we're given the dark parts of his hand here with the hatch lines, so we're going to use that to our advantage. So I'm just lightly putting that on. Okay, and I've got a splodge of ink down there. Oh, I'm so messy. I need a piece of kitchen towel. Just put that on my hand. Right, now I'm going in with peach 939 and we're going to build up some colour. Just in those areas where it's going to be a bit darker. Okay. Then I'm going to take a chestnut, which is 1081. I love this colour. Okay, now don't panic when you see it. We'll blend all this together. But this should give us our beautiful healthy skin tone, shall we say. Couldn't get my words out. Okay, then I'm going to go back to, oh, you know what, it does seem very far away. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go back to Peach. And I'm going to go over that chestnut. Oh my goodness. Why is it, I do sound moany, but why is it whenever there's dry weather, there's men outside with power tools? What is that all about? What is that, people? So I'm going to leave that as pale as possible where the light's hitting him. Put a tiny bit more chestnut in, a bit round his eye, a bit more in his little cheek. Yeah, so the buddy colour is, you know, do you remember the butterfly page I was going to do in Kanoko Agusa? And people wanted me to do a different one, so we did the tulip page. So we are, as a pair, doing that butterfly page. And Victoria sent me an image of hers that she started, and it's so good. So I'm looking forward to sharing that all with you on Facebook. I've not been very active on Facebook, and I have to apologise for that. But with the summer coming up, right, with the summer holidays coming up, I should be able to do more with you. Okay, let's see. Candle, what colour should we have? Well, let's focus on his little hat. Let's make sure that that's dry. Hopefully that will fade if I show you there. Can you see that little bit of bleed through? It's not disastrous where it is, but just do be careful. We could do a little bit on his hat. So, have you noticed, people, I haven't practiced. What is going on? So I'm going to take Violet, PC932, and we are going in the darkest spots with our violet. And then hopefully we'll be able to blend lavender or some of that very light purple into that milled lavender that we used. I'm going to go, yeah, you can see, into the end of his hat here. And we're going to put a little bit of this purple around the edge. It's going to come into these dark bits. There. Right, now we're going to take Lilac. Let's give it a go. 956. And we're going to blend that into that milled lavender. So we get the highlights left. But the pencil's done all the work for us, really. There we are. Easy as that. Then we're gonna, oh, I'm so sorry. Let me shut the window. I'm so sorry. It's like Power Tool Central out there, honestly. Okay. You see my little dot down here? Look. Nope, you can't see it. I've got... Look. Why? Why, people? Right, okay. So, in with our violet. And then our lilac. We'll just blend that into that milled lavender so we get the lights down the top. Okay? Did you see that? Let us come out a minute. Just a little bit. So, we could make the base of the candle match his hat. And then here what we'll do, we will add, where's that? I'm sure I had it out earlier. I'm looking for that greyed lavender. There it is. So if we put the lilac 956 and then we use greyed lavender, this is, can you pick up on that? 1026 for the candle. So we'll come this side and just put in a tiny bit of, you can't see, there we go, I've just put in a tiny bit round this side. Then we're going to use the greyed lavender there, and oh, my white's being used on our project for Facebook. I have to get it. Just make sure that's clean on my kitchen towel. And I'm going to take the white, just smush that about so it's not too dark. So we've got like a nice mix of the purple in there. Let's have a look at his nightgown. This is why I brought you out, because we were going to do the nightgown. Then I am thinking, she says, I am thinking, scrap piece of paper, I was thinking, let's see, peach beige, that'll work quite nicely. And then, what's that? Oh, that might work in, okay, let's have those try, let's try this one first. So, let's try peach beige 1085, and we are just going to build up from our inking really. Where I put the ink in is mostly going to be where our darkest area is, with that antique linen, and then just messing about with a little bit of this because it's a lot lighter and it should allow us to blend into that highlight. I'm going to leave that bit at the front of his sleeve. So this is going to be probably one of the quickest colour alongs we've ever done. But I wanted to just kick-start it. I didn't want to let anybody down. So I'm doing, like I say, the page with Victoria. And then I want a lighter colour now. And then I wanted to get this to you to start Christmas. So what other colours have we got? Oh, what about sand? Ooh, let's have a look. Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. Oh no, it's eggshell. Can you see that? 1040. Let's put a little bit of that in. That still might be a bit too... yeah, it's still a bit dark, folks. Let's try cream. Yeah, that's better. Let's try a bit of cream. 914. That should be better. There we go. Yeah, so I just wanted to get Christmas started. And I was going through my... I got my lovely new book that I was sent, which we can do one in. And I was just going through Christmas books and remembered this one from last year and was like, oh, We loved that book. We loved colouring in this book together. So I'm just messing. Okay, let's get a darker colour. Let's get a kind of brown. I don't want that, that's too dark. Now the flaming dog's going to kick off. God. Struth, people. Okay, let's try a little bit of light umber. 941. And we're going to put that in our really dark spaces. Just in our very dark spaces. So, in here. And I'm not pressing hard. I just want to give it, give him a bit more. What's the word? Contrast. Now I'm wondering if this wall behind him is, the page next to me is the scene where him and his wife are fast asleep in bed. So I'm wondering if this is going to be the same wall colour behind him as the bedroom. So I'm not sure. What to do it. To be fair. Oh, for goodness sake, I'm so sorry. He's getting upset. This is the neighbour's dog. He's getting upset because everyone's out doing their gardens. And he doesn't like it. So he barks. Okay. Go in with that a little bit around his beard. There we go. Honestly, you guys, I am in love with these inks. Right, what did we get? What did we have? I had... Did I put it back or I put it next to me? Oh my goodness. Peach beige we used, didn't we? So, it's going to help blend that out a bit. Okay, candlestick. We could do the flame. Let's do the flame. Give me 1 sec, people. Sorry, that was my friend Amazon. I'll say no more. Okay, so sorry, this is goldenrod, PC1034, and I've just put it at the base of the candle. I'm going to keep that out. That goes back with my project with Jessica, and we're going to get a nice yellow. What's this one? Lemon yellow. So 915 lemon yellow. There we go, and we're going to put that in. Okay. I honestly, let's come out just a tad, just so you can see. It's very difficult to get. So I'm just going to go in with that lemon yellow, fill in any spots that that I didn't dare do with the ink. So we get that nice glow around him. Then I think I'm going to take the goldenrod, 1034 goldenrod, and bring some of that from the edge in. And let that blend in. Just so the source of the light is brightest in the centre, and it will give us that illusion of real bright candlelight. Okay, and back to our lemon yellow, blend that through. Yeah, I am absolutely loving these distress inks. What a difference they make. And we could try cream just for that bit. Sorry, 914 cream. There's my stubby little one. Put a bit of cream in there. And miss that. Okay. Right, what colour are we going to do this? I might get a metallic pen out for his candlestick. Let me see. What have I got? What have I got, people? We've got these doodlers, and they're just, it says gel stick, but they're not. They're gel pens, so I might just take the silver. Let's just have a look what it looks like on a spare piece of paper. Oh, I think that'll go quite well. So they're just cheap gel pens. Now I could have used my gorgeous KJ Designs by Karen paint, but I don't think this book will take water very well. Okay, so we've got a silver, and then that back, and then finally let's come out. So this is where we are so far. What we're going to do, I want some colour here, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming. So what could we put in that background? Maybe I could do like a blue. Yeah, we could do blue. That would be nice in the bedroom then. Okay, what have I got? What have I got, people? What have I got? Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the inks again, although I'm going to have to be very careful. Now I think the inks are page 95. Here they are. So here's my ink swatches. Now there's chipped sapphire, but that might look quite nice actually. Or we let's try Stormy Sky, because then if it's not dark enough we can put in pencils. Okay, so that's like a bluey grey. So let's try Stormy Sky. Got to try and find it now. Here it is. Gonna have to reorder these into colour order. So, oh, I didn't look to see. Sorry, I didn't look to see what number it was on my little thing. So, Stormy Sky is number 30. So I go back to my little thing and see if I can find 30. There's a blue, what's that? 31, 36. 30, there it is. Okay, right. Did I get it out? Yeah, I did. Ugh. Right, so this is Stormy Sky, which is a nice, it's like a smoky grey. So it's quite dark, so it should look quite cool. We've missed his shoe there. A bit more. So I do all the dark, as dark as I can here with the Stormy Sky, and I'm glad that I chose that because I think anything else would have probably been too dark. Let me just check I'm not going through. I think what I did was rubbed way too hard with the, not hard, but went over it too much while it was still wet with the orange. That's why it bled through. So I think if you're quite cautious, just let it build up slowly. We won't have that problem. Okay. Now I'm just going to use what's left on my blender to bring that colour in. I think that works really well. I like it. I can just give a hint of the blue there. And underneath him. Okay, we'll let that dry for a minute. And we need to do his other little slipper look that's poking out down here. I can't remember what we used. I think we didn't use Parma Violet, did we? No, I think we used a violet. And then we used lilac. There. Can't see much of his little slipper anyway, really. Why am I having such trouble with everything? And a bit of greyed lavender, just for smushability. Okay. I need that brown back that I used, which was light umber. Oh, sorry, light umber. And we're just going to come in and do his bit more on his beard. And his bushy eyebrow. And he's got a bit of bushy eyebrow there sticking out. Needs a good old shave. Poor wife, that must be very uncomfortable sleeping next to all those whiskers. Okay, then I'm going to put that back. So that's my project. And then I'm going to just take, where are you? Black. PC935 black. And we're just going to go around his little eye. I might just put a few black straggles in his little eyebrow. There we are. Darken it up a bit there. Alright. Let's come out and have a look, folks. Right, do we need to blend out that blue? What do you think? Let's see, what colours have I got? What Prisma blues have we got that would do that? What's this one? Periwinkle. That might work. Let's have a look. That might work. Let's try that. So if we come in just slightly. So I'm just going to allow that just to deepen up those spaces. Fill up that sketchy area there, around his little hat that I didn't get. And gently come up into the what we can see of the wall. Around his back. I love the inks on this because they don't cover any of those sketchy lines, and that's what I don't want to lose in this book. I want to keep the hash marks, the drawing marks visible. So just really lightly putting that in. That silver's not very silver. Oh, can you pick it up? A little bit. Then, so we'll come round here and just like it's pushing out the darkness. We use a little bit of black, I think, in the very dark area under there. Okay. So let's switch to black, and we're just going to put a little bit under here, just to emphasise that shadow under him. And we can go back to our periwinkle and blend that out, making that just a little darker there. A bit more around his bum. Tidy up around his hat a bit. Now, when I've done this book, I will put glitter and all sorts of other bits and bobs on it, but until, because the paper is really lovely to colour on, but because it's quite thin, I don't want to put stickles and things on now. So what I will do is when I've completed the book, I'll go through and stickle it all up. So, there we are. This is the finished page. It didn't take us very long at all, and that's with the help of the wonderful Distress inks. So it says, and Mama in her kerchief and I in my cap, I had just settled our brains for a long winter's nap. When out of the lawn arose such a clatter, I sprang from the bed to see what was the matter. There we are. So I hope you enjoyed that. Just a quick colour with me in John O'Brien's beautiful The Night Before Christmas. If I can find it on Amazon, I'll link it down below. If not, you should be able to get it on eBay, but I'll have a look and see where I can find it and link it down below. I hope you enjoyed it, folks. I loved it. I love playing with these inks. They're so much fun. Alright folks, until I see you again in the next couple of days, take really good care of yourselves. Bye bye.